Bear, good to see you again. As always, Okota, how's it going? And as always, guys, I've got you know, the usual raffle available. So exclamation point raffle will get you in. This is Me So Thorny. Cute name. Sorry to see you go, Ender, but understandable. Do the characteristic screenshots here of our Tier 8 French battleship. Yeah, let's do something like that. That should be good. Let's see, flags. Couple down here. We've got secondary battery, repair party booster, speed booster, and fire reduction, also one of the ranked battle flags for credit reduction. Not a bad way to spec her. I'm seeing premium repair party, which is good, standard damage control party, and speed boost. Personally, I'd like to see a little bit more premium action there with consumables. So the thing about the Richelieu is it's got 8 guns, and they're all forward firing, facing, whatever, as you can see here. So the Richelieu makes for a really good bow-on battleship, which also means that she's weak from the rear or the side. Secondary builds with the Richelieu are very fun, though they don't do a ton. She's also got really good anti-air armament, so that's really nice. So, right off the bat, let's talk about, you're asking for some assistance here. I know this generated out of came out of a forum thread. So you're a bottom tier in a tier 10 game, although there's only a couple of tier 10s. And so what you should be doing right off the bat is thinking about threat assessments and where you are. You're going a half speed right now. And when you look at the minimap, or sorry, the matchmaker here, you don't have to worry too much about the other battleships, because again, you can just bow on. Worcester can tear apart your armor easily with IFHE, so that's going to be a concern. Runes can also do the same thing. They have that 1/4 HE pen, so you have to worry about these 3 cruisers especially. Edinburgh, not such a big deal, except if you get close enough to get torpedoed, in which case that's on you. The Shimakaze can be a big threat from long-range torpedoes. Udaloy can fire spam you down, and Benson, I don't know. I wouldn't worry too much about the Benson, although it does have the 9.2 kilometer torpedoes to consider. Alzu, the reason it's easier to play in North Carolina in ranked than random is because in ranked there's only 7 opponents, versus random there's 12. So you have to think a lot more about where, you know, giving your broadside to the enemy and that sort of thing. Whereas in ranked, it's a little bit easier to control the engagement. I'm going to pause for a second. I want you guys to take a look at this mini-map here. Look at where our player is. Look at where the team is. And I want you to think about a couple of things. First of all, power projection. This is a powerful spot to help control B-cap, right? So that's kind of nice. In the initial stage of the game, your flanks are secured, so that's good. You've got a shot on broadside North Carolina there, although to be honest, I would rather see you shooting at the Edinburgh right now. Even if you don't have a perfect shot on it, let's take a look and see. Okay, you kind of really can't hit the Edinburgh. In that case, maybe the Benson would be a good choice. But their battleships are the least to focus on priority-wise. I'd rather see you focusing on cruisers or destroyers. And look at all that HE spam coming your way. That should tell you that there's a Worcester behind that island, and you're reacting to it. Now would be a good time to pop your engine boost to get out of that situation quickly. That's almost from maximum range behind that island for that cruiser, so you have to think about, you know, it's pretty easy to dodge those shells if they're max range and if the guy has no idea what you're going to be doing. Mouse over the anti-air. I don't know that it works. No. Maybe. Yes, there we go. If you want to get an idea of the anti-air values, right there you can see that. Pretty good mid-range, not so good long-range. Short range are decent, but they die quickly. As you can see, he's already lost some of his guns. Now he's continuing to move over to the flank there, which makes sense. That's obviously where the hard pushes from the enemy, and this ship excels in a kind of a reverse bow tanking manner. But you have to keep in mind, if you're going to do that, see, and here, good, okay, you're turning to the rune, good. Rune is slowing down, and he's probably going to, it's hard to tell what he's going to do, though, possibly turn in. Yeah, he's slowing down even farther, so I think your second salvo is, well, now he's speeding up. You just never know what these guys are going to do, right? Decent hit, 1 pen. Now, the Richelieu also has pretty decent HE characteristics. It's got a pretty decent fire chance. So if you run into a lot of battleships that are bow onto you, you could pretty easily just switch to HE and start spamming them and set them on fire and that sort of thing. Now, this position here is rather precarious. I'd like to see you here against this island, or to a lesser extent here against this island. By sitting in the middle here, you open yourself up to an awful lot of fire from the south as well as from in front of you. Torpedoes are most likely going to come through this lane. That's a Shimakaze that's been spotted over there. We don't know what torpedoes he's running just yet, but if they're the 20-kilometer torps, he can hit you very easily. If they're 12-kilometer torps, well, going by your vision range of 12.6, yep, he can hit you now from that spot, from his last known location at least. Yes, Ender, it's a replay bug. The target lock doesn't update as quickly as, obviously, in-game. So what we see here is a desperate attempt to get these battleships to shoot at the Worcester instead of trying to kite away. That's always a difficult challenge. The Kagero, I don't like what the Kagero is doing here. He's going to go in. He's probably going to get radared by that Worcester and killed. Hey Edge, how's it going? Thanks for the cheer. That Worcester, I recognize the clan at least. It's a pretty good clan. I would expect this player to know how to hide in islands. As you can see, the Worcester is now using that radar, which we kind of expected to see happening. And that Kagero, therefore, is going to take some hits. Now, pause for a second. You are going way too deep. Take a look at all these ships over here on your flank that you're completely ignoring right now. This is a big mistake in my opinion. You have 2 caps, okay? The teams are both down 1 ship, although I think them being down a destroyer is more impactful than you being down a cruiser right now at least. There's absolutely no reason for you to be pushing in. I'm probably guessing you're trying to support the Kagero. But let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ships over here. Your Kagero is boned, okay? You're just going to get yourself killed trying to support him. LOL, North Carolina firing HE. Let's take a look at the angle here you're giving the Amagis. Now, you've got that island there, which is kind of nice. It will most likely block their shots, but that's only a temporary thing until they get past the island. I'd really like to see you shoot at the rune right here. Amazingly enough, the Kagero didn't take any... No, he took a couple of hits, but not that much. Zed is definitely overextending on that side of the map. It's unfortunate. Here comes the Musashi pushing in. Alright, good. You've recognized the threat. You're reversing, which is good. At this point, let them come to you. But I would still be looking at these guys over here. Those torpedoes there tell you that the Shimakaze is on that flank, moving up and trying to hunt those 3 battleships. Nice job by your Yagumo smoking you up. Shooting HE from a North Carolina, not really. I would only shoot HE from North Carolina in the case of a Baoan battleship like you are, so I suppose it makes sense what he's doing. Now, as soon as you shoot, you're going to give away your position, so you have to make these shots count. You're aiming for the cheek, but I think you're going too far ahead. Yep, you should have, or too far behind, I mean. That Musashi is moving a little bit faster, so you wanted to aim a little bit farther to the right. It's too late now. He's got his bow pointed no, he could still hit him in the cheek. I would be aiming right about here. He is stopping. And going to take at least one torpedo. You're aiming too high. You want to aim a little bit lower, get into that armor. Nice hit though, and you get the kill. You still have to look over here. These guys are a significant threat to you. These guys are not doing much to help, unfortunately. Wooster, gotta kill that Wooster. And you've got the AP to do it. Kind of. Yeah, they're off in their own game up on the 1-2 line there and the AB line. The big thing though is look at this rune, and you need to respond to this threat here. The Wooster's not at this point not much of a threat to you. Although shooting him and killing him would be a good idea, he's gonna just sit behind islands and farm you. So there's no point in trying to get to him. That rune, however, is going to be a concern, and your secondaries have just kind of told you that. You've got. Oh, what do you have for secondary range? You got the full secondary build? 10.6. You don't have manual secondaries, which is fine. That means your secondaries get to go off and shoot things. But you should be focusing on the rune right now, or that Wooster.
Our team has taken the lead.
Alright, now the Wooster is turning in, so those shots are going to go way over. Which they did, and here we go. He's gonna farm you now. I honestly think the better choice would have been to turn north and going after that rune and killing him off. What you want to do is you want to free these guys from their constant running, and you're gonna do that by killing these broadside Omagis, killing the rune, and then helping them kill the Shimakaze. That's how you're gonna save this flank. And why is that so important? Because these guys are all of your battleships, other than you. So freeing them, it means that they can come back and they can gang up on the Wooster, gang up on the North Carolina, and kill it. But until that point, these guys, you have really no chance of winning. Look how low all of your battleship teammates are. There goes one. You're going to lose the other one very shortly here, as your Bismarck is getting farmed by the Wooster. Yeah, I would be shooting at the Shimakaze. I mean, that guy's probably going to burn out anyway. Hold on to the lead. You're not going to be able to. Bismarck is going to get low. All these battleships are just going to get spammed by the Wooster, and nobody can help really kill that Wooster at this point. You're going... Not sure what the plan is for that. There's a Shimakaze. You should have had guns pointed at the Shimakaze, but you didn't. So you're missing an opportunity to really hit him, do some damage. Take him out of the game. If I were you, I'd be F3 spamming the Shimakaze, getting my team to shoot him, especially that Kronstadt. Kronstadt is shooting, that's good. But by falling back to the same exact area, you guys are all moving to the same channel. That Shimakaze is going to have torps in there, and he's going to kill a whole bunch of you. And also, that Wooster can now choose an island to hide behind, and basically continue doing what he's doing without any sort of counterplay. Meanwhile, the Frederick is going to come up from C cap unabated. The Rune is able to cap B without any issue whatsoever. And that's what I mean. This game was lost a while ago. And part of it was kind of your decisions of where to go and what to do. I know you're a low tier battleship, but hey, you have to be present in this battle. And you really haven't done much to support the team. And here comes those flank shots that you got now from the Amagi we were talking about. As you suddenly realize that you can't afford to give flank to both of those battleships, but you're going to have to give flank to one of them. Now, your decision to reverse here, I'm not quite sure why you're choosing to reverse. Maybe you're afraid of that rune, but doing so, you're still giving yourself, giving that Amagi broadside shots onto you. And he will gladly take those shots. As you can see, you are being targeted by one person right now. Most likely going to be the Amagi. Let's see, those shots should be coming in soon. Interestingly enough, no, maybe he's shooting the Kronstadt. Alright, it's the Worcester that's trying to farm you right now. You could have pushed the Worcester with the Kronstadt, yes. The problem is that requires a lot of communication and teamwork, and there's been absolutely no communication other than stay alive and we got this, which clearly they don't. So, you know, that's something too. I'd like to see more communication from you, working with the team, trying to set up plays. You guys definitely could have gone in and killed that Worcester, but you didn't. I don't know, I still think going back and trying to... I think the biggest problem was pulling into A like that when the whole flank was running away. He should have instead stayed where he was, maybe even gone up along this island, pointed the bow guns this way, and just used them as an area denial tool. And yeah, you don't know what the Kron's going to do. And now you're giving broadside to a Rune. These guys love broadsiding battleships because their AP will destroy you. Ta-da! Down you go. So yeah, I think the fatal decision for you was choosing to go into A and then trying to back up and play that game back over there. And you're right, Rune does not have a citadel up close like that. It's mostly, well, you got the turtle back and stuff like that. So your best bet is to shoot them actually when they're angling towards you, or if they're farther at range.
The enemy is about to win.
Yeah, and the triple battleship division here, all they did was run. So that hurt quite a bit. But, you know, that's all she wrote, isn't it? Oh, I didn't take a shot of you dying. Rats. Here. Let's do this. let's get a good bow shot here of you. How's that work? There we go. Submarines in the game confirmed. Guys, watching, any comments, anything else? How could we lose this? Very easy. Like I said, your battleships ran away. Your Kagero has done a wonderful job of staying alive and stuff like that. You know, you at least helped. I'm pretty sure you were on the upper end of the scoreboard based off of your damage, contribution to the battle. But, yeah, I think in this case, you have to choose one or the other. Go after the Worcester with the Kronstadt, or go after the broadsiding battleships. I think also target selection, you have to focus cruisers, destroyers first. Forget the battleships. Forget that North Carolina at max range. I know he's the same tier as you and all that, but that doesn't matter. I think you're far better off going after cruisers that are giving you those broadsides. Hey Ken, how's it going? Alright, well, this game is all but over, so we're going to speed things up a little bit and watch the end. There's some nice, you know, salt in the chat that you can enjoy and drink up. And oh, there's the Shimakaze. Pew 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 pew, gone. Alright guys, well, let's draw our first raffle. And while that's going on, we will move the Richelieu to the done pile, and I need you guys to tell me what to do next. I gotta open the right tab up here. I've got my list here of ships. So let me post that for you guys if you haven't seen it yet. There you go. And let me know which of those you'd like to see. Meanwhile, I'm going to do my drawing here and see who wins. Okay, and the winner is Alzu, otherwise known as Leopard 9. Congratulations, sir. ALZUU1. And I shall whisper your stuff to you. Whisper. There you go. It seems like you keep winning codes every month. Rigged. Alright, so what are we going to see, guys? Once again, there's